Welcome to Barbecue Better with Beef. I'm here in Oxford. I'm checking out Wilson's barbecue. He's been doing this for about 7 years. Selling meat, doing pickups. I've been meaning to get here. Let's go and see what it's all about.
Steve,
yes, mate.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good. What's going on, man? You good?
Come in.
Wicked. How you doing, mate?
Well, wow. Very good to see you.
Good. I can see straight out the doors here. We got the smoker going. I can see the wood cooking. I mean, I'm excited already, mate.
Yeah, we've got some good things to cook up today. Cooking up some ribs, cooking up some sausage. Smokers are fired up, ready to go. So yeah.
Wicked. Yeah, let's go and do it, man.
Let's do it. Let's have a look.
I'd seen you've just got this one, right?
Yeah. So this is built by the guys at Smoky Oak down in Eastbourne. Custom made, 130 gallon. This is my baby. This is my go-to.
Yeah, that is insane. That is a big old smoker.
Yeah. Try and lift the door on it.
Is it that heavy? Oh my God! Wow. That's insane.
So it's never ever coming off the deck. I think that's it. It's staying there now. It's never moving.
Yeah, I've never seen like one of these up close. Obviously, you see them at like places and stuff, but I did not realise how heavy that is.
But yeah, these are my go-to offset style smokers.
That's so cool. What made you start doing it?
I've always been into cooking. I love to cook, everything and anything that I seem to get into, I just seem to get obsessed with it. And then, yeah, I started trying to cook barbecue when I lived back at my mum and dad's. And then it just kind of got bitten by the bug. I just, not only was it fun to do, I really enjoyed eating it as well. So I just kept doing it. And then, yeah, went over to Texas and then, yeah, that's it.
Oh, so you actually went to Texas?
Yeah, I went to Texas in 2018, had some barbecue over there, and it was almost like a life-changing thing. You don't think that barbecue is going to be, much better than what you cook at home. But yeah, I had my first bite of brisket in Texas, and I was like, "That's it. I need to cook this. I need to take it seriously." Yeah, and I haven't stopped since.
That is epic, mate. That is epic. And I know, like, you've been doing pickups and stuff, and I've really noticed it like last couple of years, and it's got big. And I follow your Instagram page, and the food just looks amazing. And every time I say, I've got to come up and have some food, and now's like the perfect time to come and do it, man.
Definitely get to cook it all yourself as well.
That's so good, man. Wicked. Right, mate. So we've got a lovely rack of ribs here.
Yep.
Let's prep them.
Cool. So we're not really going to need to do much to these at all. Not going to put a binder on or anything like that. Not going to take the membrane off.
Nah.
Yeah, leaving the membrane on. I don't take the membrane off any of my ribs.
So literally from video I see, and you watch a lot on social media and stuff like that, everyone swears about taking the membrane off because it will block some of the flavour, and you don't want that tough. You don't want to be eating that tough membrane. Yeah,
it's become the norm. Everyone takes the membrane off, but under there's a load of fat. And if you take that off, that fat's just going to render out, you're going to lose it. If you leave the membrane on, all that fat kind of renders in there, it's held in, keeps the ribs a lot juicier. And the way we're going to cook them, a lot hotter and faster than a lot of people cook ribs, it's going to make that membrane almost crispy and chewy. You're barely going to notice it, but you're going to have a lot more fat in the rib.
Wow, I'm really interested to try that now because, as I said, everyone swears by taking the membrane off, so that's a new game changer to me. Salt, pepper, leave the membrane on. It's a lot more simple.
So yeah, we're just going to hit it with some pretty simple pepper. So we're just from a height.
It's smooth, mate, it's smooth.
And then
you've done this a few times.
Once or twice. And then we've got our salt. We're not going to go too heavy on the salt. Ribs, it's quite easy to over salt ribs being so thin. So yeah, I've done that side.
All right.
Get you to finish those off.
Let's do it. With pepper first.
Pepper first.
Right? Again, interesting, because I'd have gone salt first every time. So nice and high, don't ruin your kitchen. Oh no. Oh no. You see he's done it a few times. Oh no, look at that, it's a disaster.
That's all right, yeah, just do that.
It's a disaster. We've got to even it out, guys. Steady.
It's looking better.
Steady.
That was better. That was like...
Is that enough?
100% better than the first go. I might have set you up for failure here. I should have given you a shaker.
No, not at all. Not at all. I think that was a really good idea to use the cups again rather than just like sprinkle it with your hands. And you can see the way you did it after a couple goes practice, you get the technique.
So yeah, I think they're looking pretty good.
Wicked.
Right, should we get them on the pit?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Cool.
Ribs all prepped, ready to go. Let's get them on.
Cool. Right, so we're running at about 125 Celsius, cooking them pretty hot, pretty fast, a lot faster than a lot of people do. And I'm scrunching them together just to make sure that they're not too thin. So what we'll do is get this closed up, and then we're pretty much not going to touch it for another 4 or 5 hours. We might check it just to make sure the colour's developing, but otherwise we're going to let them roll. We'll simple syrup them at the end, which I'll show you, but otherwise...
And you're just going to leave them like that, no wrapping?
Just going to leave them like that. We're not going to wrap them until we rest them. So that's it, we're just going to let them roll, we're not even going to look at them.
So hang on, no membrane, no wrapping, salt and pepper, and that's it?
Yeah, as simple as it can be.
That is simple, wow.
Cool, so should we make some sausage?
100%, let's do it. So mate, one of the interesting things I've heard about what you do is the homemade sausages.
Yeah.
And I really like the idea because obviously when you're cooking briskets, you trim a lot of it, so you've got a lot of excess.
Yeah.
And same as like pulled pork and things like that. So to not waste any, you've turned them into making sausages, and I just want to see the process of how you make them.
Yeah, definitely. Brisket, all meat's really expensive. Barbecue is expensive in general, so I don't waste a single gram. And I turn that trim, as you say, into sausage, add some spices, and it's worth a lot more to me as a nice sausage than it is burnt on the barbecue. So we've got some brisket trimmings in here. We've got some pork shoulder that I just bought just to supplement the brisket. And then we've also got some beef fat in there just to make the sausages extra juicy.
What do you want me to do?
Right, so we're going to turn it on, and then we're just going to grab handfuls and then just push it in, not too far because you'll end up grinding your fingers as well.
Alright, no, fancy.
So just let it drop into the chute, and just it'll grind out, it'll come out here.
Alright, cool.
Right.
Nice one. Get the last bit.
I was going to get that plunger from the car.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright, well, so that's done.
Good job.
We're all minced up. Yeah, I can't wait to taste these.
Right, should we get them seasoned up?
Yeah, let me show you what your seasoning is for these.
Cool. So we're just going in with some salt.
Always got to have salt, right?
Got to have the salt. We've got some pink salt here, which is basically a curing agent, and what that's going to do is prevent any bacterial growth while we slow cook these. We've got some milk powder, and that's going to act as a binder. And then we've just got my spice blend here. We've got garlic powder, chili powder, paprika, black pepper, pretty heavy on the black pepper, but no salt because we've already salted it, and we know that we want to keep our salt percentage low so they're not too salty. So I've basically got a little mixture of spices here.
Lovely.
And then I've just cubed up some cheddar.
Oh, here we go.
I'll put extra cheese in for you.
You know I'm cheesy. Right.
And then we've got some jalapenos.
Yeah, lovely.
So these are pickled jalapenos, and what we're going to do is put them into the grinder like we did the meat, and it just means that we'll just get a nice even dispersion of pickled jalapenos throughout the sausage.
Brilliant.
So I'll turn this on. That's it.
Brilliant.
So we've got all our spices, our cheese, our jalapenos in there. So we just need to add a little bit of water to make sure it all binds together nicely, and then we'll get you to mix it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Cool. So we're just going to add about 10% of the total weight in ice cold water. And as I say, this will help it all bind together. So,
Right.
let's
And
get you
literally just mix. Yeah?
as hard as you can.
As hard as I can.
Hard as you can, get everything nice and mixed in. Make sure it's nice and even.
Right, mate, so we've minced it. We've mixed it now with every ingredient. Now it's time to put the sausages together.
Yeah, the tough bit. We're just gonna, first off, get it into this little hopper here. So we're just gonna take our mix that we made for our small batch of sausages, and I'm packing it in really tight, just to make sure there's no air bubbles in there. If there are air bubbles in this, there'll be air bubbles in the sausage. So I'm packing it in real tight.
Right, yeah, again, another interesting little tip there. Keep it tight, no air bubbles.
No air bubbles. Really flatten it down, make it compact. You can see it's nice and holding together.
Yeah.
Not falling apart. So we're gonna get some natural hog casings. And we're gonna get this onto this horn, and then we're gonna crank out some sausages.
Wicked.
So I'll get it on there first off. And then I'll let you then just hold it like that. One finger there.
Do I need gloves for this?
You don't need to. It's actually, it's a lot easier to handle these without gloves.
Yeah, I'm looking at that thinking I don't need them.
And then just pull it on like that.
All right, so you put it all the way to the end?
Yep.
Yeah?
Cool.
About there?
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
And I'll swap round with you.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna get that tied off here. Make sure it's nice and tight. We're just gonna pull some sausages.
All right, I'm gonna watch you
Crank
do
some
it.
out. So if I do a couple.
Yeah, I want to see the pro do it, and then
Hand
yeah,
over
I want
to
to see
you.
how bad I am at this.
Cool, so all we're gonna do is make sure that we've got it nice and tight, and then we're gonna crank out the filling into the casing. We go pretty slowly, and we're just making sure that it's nice and tight all the way around, no air gaps. Make sure it's not too loose. It's not the prettiest of processes, is it? So we got, so that's one link. It's nice and tight there, looking good, looking appetizing.
Yeah, it looks great.
And then we're just gonna hold it nice and tight and just spin it around. Make sure it's nice and firm. And then you got your sausage.
And that's it.
That's it, that's the first one. And then we're just gonna go again. So again, put it out nice and tight at the end, give it a twist.
Yeah, look at
The
that.
sausage. Shall I hand over?
Do a couple. Yeah, go on then. Let's do it. Let's just get involved.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
So keep that casing
So-
nice and tight.
Are you holding this here?
Yeah.
So
And then let it go as it comes out.
okay. Yeah, got it.
Perfect.
Oh, don't mess this up now.
It's looking good.
Yeah. I'm feeling the heat.
It's good tension on there. That's good.
Come on.
Perfect. That's looking good. I think that's a good in terms of
Right.
sausage length.
So you kind of pull it off a touch.
Yep. And then
And then
crimp it with your fingers.
Yep. And then it was towards me.
Exactly.
So like that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you've made this so easy. There, yeah. So there we've got it. So that's
Yeah.
basically the process of how you make the sausage, and then they go on the smoker.
Yeah. We're gonna finish these off.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably get about 10 out of this.
Yeah.
And then we'll take them outside, give them some nice cold, long smoke.
Ribs are in.
Ribs are in.
They're going to take roughly 6 hours to
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
These are going to take 4. So obviously do the maths. Leave ribs for 2 hours and then get these in.
Definitely. So it gives us some time to make them inside, and we're going to cook these a lot lower and a lot slower than we do on the ribs.
So what temperature roughly?
So we're going to be cooking these at about 65 Celsius. And the reason for that is with the sausage being so thin, if you're cooking any hotter than that, you're going to cook them before they've had any chance to develop any nice flavour. So we're cooking them real low, real slow, building a ton of smoke flavour. Cool, so we're about 5.5 hours into this rib cook. We haven't really done much to them. Checked them once for colour, looking good. So pretty sure they'll be done.
This is the big reveal.
Yeah, big reveal. Hopefully they look good.
Look at the colour on them. See, again, I'm stunned. As I've said like so many times, no rub on it, just salt and pepper, and just the smoking on that, and the colour it's got is just insane.
Definitely, and you'll be able to taste the meat, you'll be able to taste the smoke, all that fat is retained in there under that membrane. Yeah,
wow.
So these are feeling pretty good. You can see that they flop and they don't bounce back up. That's pretty much what I'm looking for when I'm looking for tenderness. And also you can just poke between the bones, and if you can feel your fingertip going through in between nice and easily with not too much resistance, you know that they're pretty good to go. So I think we can take these off, give them a bit of a simple syrup and let rest. So we've got our fully cooked ribs. I've got some simple syrup here. It's literally 50-50 sugar and water in a pan, warmed up till the sugar's dissolved. It's cooled down now. So I'm just gonna lay it on there like that. And then I'm gonna go meat side down.
Yep.
And I've got some more simple syrup over the top.
So like a generous amount.
Yeah, fair amount. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So they're gonna be quite sweet, but because we haven't used a sweet rub, it should balance out.
Yeah, definitely. And that will offset it with the pepper as well.
Absolutely.
Give you that spicy, sweet kind of smoky flavour is what you're looking for.
Absolutely. So these are wrapped up, these are cooked. Just let these chill out for about 20 minutes or until you can comfortably pick it up with your hand and it doesn't burn.
Yeah, right, that's there.
We'll get them
Again,
resting.
another good tip is just leave them in, it's not on time, it's just on feel, you know. If you can pick them up, eat them.
Yeah, perfect.
Right mate, again, now it's show time for the sausages.
Yeah, had them on for about 4 hours, nice and low, about that 65 Celsius. Kicked them up to 135 for an hour just to get those fats rendering. And they're looking good.
Look at that.
Feeling nice and firm.
Again, it's just the colour on these things. Like, look at the colour on them. I mean, that is a proper sausage. That is. Oh my God.
Right. There we go.
Oh my God, mate. Let's just get it out. I've got to eat this stuff.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Cool, so we cooked these ribs. We started off with these, so we'll start off by slicing them first.
That's it. See, wow, look at that.
We've got all that simple syrup. No point in wasting it.
Absolutely not. I mean,
right, so.
You tell me when I can start eating them because, like, I'm so excited. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh my God.
How is it?
Well, I want to say there it is. Don't need many rubs for it. Salt, pepper, and that simple glaze. And well cooked ribs. You don't need anything else, and you're absolutely right. That's insane. Yeah, wow.
You see that cheese, the jalapenos in there, starting to melt.
The smell coming off of it's incredible.
How many do you reckon you can eat?
Don't know, I'll give it a good go. I'm starting.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. I can't wait any longer. Oh, look at that. Look at the cheese melted on the inside of that. Oh my God.
Good?
That's outrageous.
Yeah.
Okay, again, that is outrageous.
Let's try it. Let's see how it's tasting.
What?
Mm.
What?
Mm-hmm. It's so simple to make as well.
Well, yeah, you made it look simple, but like, again, yeah, my mind is absolutely blown. That's insane. Like, literally insane. I can't speak. I'm so happy
Get into
right
it,
now.
get
Yeah.
into some more.
I feel slightly emotional. Wow. what an amazing day I've had here up in Oxford with Wilson's Barbecue. I mean, I've learned so much today, learning from making ribs simpler but better, and with all the stuff and leftovers you've got to make these amazing sausages, it's an absolute no-brainer. And I just want to say thanks so much for having me here today, and I've had such a good time and I've learned so much today.
Thank you for coming. I really enjoyed it.
I think you've had enough of me, but I'm going to finish this before I go.
Please do.
Wicked.